Hello student, today we'll see the ionization of water. pH scale means what? And pH plus pOH equal to 14. These are the 3 points: ionization of water, pH scale and pH plus pOH equal to 14. First, one by one. Now it is found that the pure water is a poor conductor of electricity, and therefore which indicate that the ionization of water is the very small in concentration of in water. Therefore the ionization of water, atom is self ionization of water. Now the H2O, this is the liquid one, combines with this another H2O, it gives the hydronium ion and the hydrogen ions. It is aqueous one. Means H2O combines with the H2O, another one. That is ionization, self-ionization of water, which gives the hydronium ions and the hydrogen ions. Therefore, this H2O, or according to the law of mass action or equilibrium, the K constant is equal to the product of the molar concentration of the hydronium ions and the molar concentration of hydroxyl ions divided by the molar concentration of H2O and the molar concentration of another H2O. At equilibrium condition, the equilibrium K is equal to the product of the ionized molecule, ionized, and divided by unionized water. Now here the K equal to the molar concentration of the hydronium and into molar concentration of hydroxyl ions divided by the molar concentration of H2O, that is in square, because that contains the two number of water. And you know this H2O is the very small concentration in the solution, and that's why that is the constant one. Means that H2O is another constant, and that is known as the K into K dash. K dash is the another constant, which the molar concentration of H2O. Means instead of that H2O, we can write this K dash or another constant. Then is equal to the molar concentration of H2S3O into molar concentration of the hydroxyl ions. Here, because the in a concentration of H2O, that is in a square, equal to K dash. That is the constant one, another constant. Therefore, K into another constant then is equal to the Kw, and Kw equal to the concentration of the hydronium ions into concentration of the OH minus ions. Now, for sake of simplicity, instead of the hydronium ion, you can write also the hydrogen ions, or the Kw equal to the H plus into OH minus ions. Because for the sake of simplicity, In a solution, instead of the H3O plus, you can write the H plus. That is the same. Means Kw equal to H plus into OH minus ions. And this Kw is nothing but the ionic product of water. Kw equal to ionic product of water. Means ionic product of water is nothing but there is one product in between the two ions, or in between the product of hydrogen ions and the hydroxyl ions at a given temperature is known as the ionic product of water. I will repeat that. The ionic product of water, that is Kw, is nothing but the product of molar concentration of hydrogen ion and the molar concentration of hydroxyl ions in a solution at a given temperature is known as the ionic product of water. Sometimes that in your annual exam, the 1 marks which carries the definition of ionic product of water asked. Now, ionic product, that means product of molar concentration of hydrogen or the hydronium ions and the molar concentration of hydrogen ions in a aqueous solution at a given temperature is known as the ionic product of water. Now, at 25 degrees centigrade, the value of the H plus and the OH minus ions at 25 degrees centigrade, the value or molar concentration of H plus and the molar concentration of OH minus ions, that value is means H plus is equal to the OH minus equal to the 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 moles per liter. Moles per liter or moles per decimeter cube. That is a unit for that hydronium ions, molar concentration of hydronium ion or the molar concentration of hydroxyl ions at 25 degrees centigrade. Value for this one is the 1 into 10 raised to minus 7. Now, this is for the concentration of hydrogen and the hydroxyl. Value is the 1 into 10 raised to minus 7. Now, this is for the ionization of water. Next point is the pH scale. pH scale. Now, pH scale means what? pH, that pH. Now, this P stand for proteins. Proteins means potential power of the concentration or power or concentration of which? Hydrogen. Proteins means strength or the concentration, power or the potential of which? The hydrogen ions or hydrogen. Means that the pH scale is first introduced in 1909. Sorensen, that is one scientist, he introduced to that pH scale. Means that how to identify or that strength or the potential of hydrogen. Means it is identify whether that solution is the acidic one or the basicity or basic one. Means identification of acidity or the basicity one to identify the hydrogen on pH scale, whether that solution is the acidic one or the basic one. Now suppose this is the one scale, pH scale. pH scale. Now this pH scale, this is a pH equal to 7. But before that, pH means what? pH, strength of hydrogen, potential of hydrogen, concentration of hydrogen. With that, pH is nothing but the negative logarithm to the base 10 of the hydrogen ion concentration. That is nothing but the pH. Means we have to determine the potential, or we have to determine the concentration of hydrogen, molar concentration of hydrogen H plus, pH equal to negative logarithm to the base 10 of molar concentration of H plus. That is nothing but the pH. Then another one is the pOH. pOH means a pOH. Same definition, only instead of this hydrogen that contain the hydroxyl ions. Therefore, the pOH, the strength or concentration of a hydroxyl, is the negative logarithm to the base 10 of OH minus ions. Now, there are the definition of pH and the pOH. Means in words, the pH is the negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration, molar concentration of hydrogen, and pOH is the negative logarithm to the base 10 of molar concentration of hydroxyl ions, is known as the pH and the pOH. Now, this is the pH and the pOH. Then how to determine the identify the acidity and the basicity one on the pH scale. Now, this is the pH scale. This pH equal to 7. This one is the 8, 9, 10, up to the 14. Then this is the 6, then 5, 4, up to the, this is the 0. Means here is the acidic nature, and this one is the basic. And this one is the pH is the 7. pH scale, this is a pH scale. pH scale, which identify the solution is the, which one is the solution is the acidic one and the basic one. pH is equal to 7, 8, 9, 10 up to the 17 and 0 to 7. This is the pH scale to identify this which solution is the acidic or the basic or the neutral one. Now this for the pH scale. And last one is we have to prove that equation, which equation, and that is very important because that carries I think in your annual exam 2 marks, or sometimes the numericals on this formula pH plus pOH equal to 14. First, pH. We know that the pH, or we know that is according to the definition of ionic product of water. This ionic product of water is Kw is equal to the molar concentration of H plus and the molar concentration of O minus ions. This is the definition of the ionic product of water. Now, you know this at 25 degrees centigrade, at 25 degrees centigrade, the value of Kw means at 25 degrees centigrade, the value of Kw is equal to the 1 into the 10 raised to minus 14. This is the value of the Kw. Now, we have to put this equation pH plus pOH equal to 14. How to prove that equation? Therefore, Kw equal to molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus ions. Now, this put the earlier 1 into 10 raised to or before 10 raised to minus 14 is equal to molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus ions. Now, taking the log on both sides of this equation means log of the 1 into 10 raised to minus 14, then is equal to log of the concentration, molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus. That is log. Only multiply this log on both sides of this equation. Then log or minus or the multiply also the minus sign on both sides. Then minus log of the 1 into 10 raised to minus 14 equal to minus log of in bracket the molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus ions. Then multiply the minus sign and log to that bracket 1. This minus log of 1. This minus and that minus is the plus 1 plus 14 into log of the log is the 10. Log in bracket 1 plus. How that plus? It becomes this minus into minus, that is a plus and 14 according to the rule of log. Log plus 14 into log 10. Then is equal to means minus log of the H plus ions concentration. This minus. Now according to the rule of log A into B, that is the log A plus log B. Therefore, apply this log here, rule here. This minus sign into hydrogen ion concentration minus, and here is the plus. Then this minus log of the OH minus ions concentration. Okay, now this minus log of 1 is nothing but the 0. This minus log of 0.000 and plus 14 log 10. Log 10 is the 1.0000. That is a log of 10 is the characteristic 1 and log of 10 in a mean difference 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then E is equal to, and according to definition of pH and the pOH, pH is nothing but the pH is equal to negative logarithm to the base 10 of H plus ions and pOH equal to negative logarithm to the base 10 of the OH minus ions according to the definition of pH and pOH. Therefore, put that value here instead of the minus log of H plus, and you know that log 10 base 10 means log to the base 10 or log only, that is the same. Therefore, log 10 and the log only, that is same. Therefore, this minus log of 0, that means 0, and plus 14 into 1, that means 14, is equal to minus log of pH plus is nothing but the pH according to definition of the pH, and minus, originally that minus is here and plus in bracket minus, plus in bracket minus log of OH minus ions means value of log of H plus is nothing but the pH plus is plus minus log of OH minus ions is nothing but the pOH, that is according to definition of pOH. Therefore, the pH plus pOH equal to 14, and that is the one relationship between the pH and the pOH equal to 14, and that is a very important in the examination point of view. Okay, now these are the 3 points: ionization of water, ionic product of water, ionization of water, then pH scale means what, and we have to prove these pH plus pOH equal to 14, and that out of these 3 points, that is a very important points in your annual exam. There is a 3 points already that are seen. If any doubt about that any 3 points, then ask me. Okay, any query or any doubt? No, right?